Hey, Dan Passarelli here. It's kind of an interesting day in the market today. It had its ups and its downs and its ups and its downs and its ups and ended with a pretty peculiar and, dare I say, suspicious down. And when these really unexpected moves happen, sometimes it's just one of those things. Some firm decides, hey, I'm going to sell. They had their reasons, they're planning it, and it just happens. But sometimes there's a reason, and I'm the kind of guy who likes to look for reasons. So when the markets first started coming down in just the last 10 minutes of the day, as you can see here, in fact, here, let me blow that up a little bit. Just in the last literally 10 minutes of the day, there was a press release that came out from the New York Fed. And it was one of those, like, hey, I'm going to say this thing, but, you know, there's really nothing to see here. Move along. There's nothing to see here. It was kind of one of those, the way I read it. Yesterday, I talked a lot, and I wrote a lot, if you read my Substack, Wealth Building with Options, about the turmoil in the bond market yesterday, and which was not the first time we've seen that during this tariff stuff. Interest rates have been really pretty darn wild. What the press release talked about was that the Fed is going to will soon launch morning standing repo operations. Now, that sounds like what? I don't know. It doesn't sound like anything, right? It sounds really, really benign. And it might be. It might be. A repo operation is, well, the best way I've heard it described is it's kind of like a pawn shop for banks. Banks, like anybody else, they need cash to pay for the things that they have to pay for, to pay their debts and all that kind of things. And believe it or not, sometimes banks don't have enough cash on hand. And if they don't have cash on hand and they default, oh my gosh, like that's a big deal. So they have to have access to quick cash. And, you know, sometimes they're able to do that. But as a lender of last resort, which is what the Fed is, sometimes they'll do these overnight lending things, which are called repo operations, in which a bank says, hey, I've got these T-bills. Dude, I need some money. I promise I'll pay you back tomorrow. Here, why don't you hold these T-bills and give me some cash so I can pay this guy? And then the next day, the bank says, all right, here's your cash back. I don't need it. Give me my T-bills. That's basically what a repo operation is. It's just exchanging cash so that the bank has liquidity so they can pay who they have to pay just for the night. And then they get the cash back tomorrow, and then they just reverse it. And they pay this like tiny little minuscule 1 day's worth of interest. So they're going to start instituting these. The last time they instituted these, it was, you know, there was some trouble brewing. It wasn't too long ago. I want to say it was during the pandemic. There's a little bit of trouble brewing. And when the Fed announces that they're going to start launching these morning standing repo operations, I don't know. I take it as a sign that maybe there's a little bit more trouble out there than people are letting on. Now, in the press release, the New York Fed literally said, oh, the rise of, it's not a source of concern. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Like I said before, nothing to see here. Everything's fine. But maybe, just maybe, it should be more of a source of concern. I hope that helps. This is Dan Passarelli. Trade smart.